What's up, family? Man, back with another one. You know what I mean? Back with another one. This is going to be a doozy. You know what I mean? It's going to be a doozy. Man, stay with me. We're going somewhere today. Okay? And for some of you, man, some of you going to get offended. Some of you going to get triggered. You know what I mean? Man, but it is what it is. You know, my hope and prayer is that, man, something is said that helps you on your journey, that helps you understand that you're not alone, that helps you understand that, man, there are so many other people going through what you're going through, you know, and there's so many other people that have gone through more than what you're going through right now. You know what I mean? So don't lose hope. You know what I mean? Don't lose hope. You know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? 1992, a movie came out. Phenomenal movie. If you haven't seen it, man, you deprived yourself. You know what I mean? You've deprived yourself. And the movie's called The Bodyguard. The Bodyguard. With Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston. If you haven't seen the movie in a while, man, go back and watch it again. Go back and watch it again. It's an amazing movie. You know what I mean? And I've never really been a big Whitney Houston fan. You know, she could sing. Man, she was an amazing singer. But I've never really been a big fan of hers. You know what I mean? But when I saw this movie, it was like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Man, this girl's bad, you know? It is what it is. I'm talking about this because so many of us, we love people that have hurt us the most. You know what I mean? We love people, and we brought people within our circle that have dogged us out the most. You know what I mean? We've opened up doors for people, and we've provided things and done things for people that, man, they didn't have our best interest at heart. You know what I mean? And they dogged us out. You know, it is what it is. They straight dogged us out. And so I'm talking about this movie, The Bodyguard. Because in the movie, there's a song. There's two things I want to talk about today, and it's all related to this movie. You know what I mean? The theme of the song, I Will Always Love You. Man, it's an amazing song. Amazing. That's the theme song for the movie, The Bodyguard. I Will Always Love You. And I know that it was a song originally composed or sung by Dolly Parton. I don't even know. I think Dolly Parton may even wrote it. Don't quote me on that, but I know that they had to get permission from Dolly Parton to sing this song. And so, I will always love you. I will always love you. Why? Because that's who I am. That's who we are. We're always going to love. Because that's what we do. Hate is not in our nature. Hate is a low frequency thing. Hate is the fact that, man, I haven't forgiven you. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. And so when we hate somebody, it's one of the lowest forms of energy. You know what I mean? One of the lowest vibrations is hate. And we have hatred because we haven't forgiven somebody for something. That's why we have hatred. This movie is not about hatred. It can be. I mean, this video is not about hatred. It can be, but it's not. You know what I mean? And then the tripping and the dynamics of the movie, The Bodyguard. Whitney Houston's going on tour, and she has her son, she has her sister, and she hires Kevin Costner as her personal bodyguard. Okay, and so Whitney has so much love for her family. You know what I mean? She's opened up doors for her sister and for her family. You know what I mean? She's doing things, you know, for them, right? Stay with me. And yet out of hatred, her sister, her own flesh and blood sister, hires a hitman to kill Whitney and her son. That's fucked up. You know what I mean? That's hate. That's hate. Out of jealousy over her sister's success, out of jealousy over the attention that her sister's getting, out of jealousy of the fame of her sister, she hires a hitman to kill her own family. Why am I talking about that? What's that got to do with us? Because a lot of us have family members that have fucked us up. You know what I mean? A lot of us have family members that have dogged us the fuck out. A lot of us have given people opportunities that have come back to bite us in the ass. A lot of us have opened up doors. A lot of us has befriended people and took care of people and did things for people that hated us. They didn't act like they hated us, but they hated us. And their hatred was manifested in the things that they did to us. They dogged us the fuck out. They stole the business from right up under us. They stole our man. They stole our woman. They stole whatever opportunities that we had because of their hatred, their jealousy. Oh, we're going somewhere today. And the trip is, you can't always see it. You love them so much, you don't think that they would do this to you. You love them so much, man, it doesn't even dawn on you that, man, they're robbing you. It doesn't even occur to you that, man, they're plotting on you. It doesn't even occur to you, man, this is my family. This is my blood. This is my ace. This is my partner from childhood. This is my best friend. I've told her everything. Whatever it is, man. And it never occurs to us that they're plotting. They've been plotting. It never occurred to us that they're hateful, that they're jealous, that they're angry, that they're bitter. And while you have so much love for them, they have so much hatred for you. And the trip is, you would do anything for them. And they're trying to kill you. You would do anything for them. And they're trying to take your man. They're trying to take your woman. They're trying to take your clients. They're trying to take your business. You're opening up the doors to them. You're opening up the world for them. And they're coming to take everything you have. And it's a trip because, you know what? The theme song, I will always love you. I will always love you. And it's a trip because she sings the song at the end of the movie. And she's singing it, and the way the movie it plays out is like she's singing it in regards to Kevin Costner. Because he's leaving, they're separating, they're going their own ways. Her sister's already dead. The guy that she hired to kill Whitney kills her. You know what I mean? And so, man, they're separating. Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston, they're going their own way. And she's singing the song, you know, in the background. And it makes it out to be like she's singing it about him. And we're going to flip that today because, you know what, man, all these people that hate us, all of our family members that have fucked us over, all these people that we've given the world to, and they've dogged us out. The trip is, we have to be able to sing that song about them. We have to be able to, and it's a trip because my father murdered my mom. You know what I mean? And I was one of the last ones to see my father alive. You know what I mean? My family. I saw him, and then my daughter saw him like a day after me, and 2 days later he was dead. You know what I mean? And my father murdered my mom. And I had to be the family member to say the goodbyes. I had to be the family member to say, man, wish him off well. You know what I mean? To send them on this journey with love, with peace, with forgiveness. Although my father messed up my life, by killing my mom, and both of them been gone because now he's in the pen, did a number of years, got out. And I told him I wanted to kill him. You know what I mean? I had a bullet with his name written on it. We had our argument. We had our spats. You know what I mean? And at the end, I had to give him a hug. I didn't have to. I gave him a hug. And the energy, the love from me. And it's weird because I share this with people and people trip out. I could feel the energy come out of my body into his. And his body, he moaned, as my energy went into his body. And as I told him, I love him. Go in peace. It's a trip. Because although my father did that, as far as murdering my mom, at the end, I could say that I love him. At the end, I could say that, man, I'll always love you. I'll always love you. Go in peace. Why? Because we have to get to a place to where we forgive people, regardless of what they've done to us. Regardless of how foul and fucked up they've been. Regardless of how grimy and shisty they've been. That's them. That's not us. That's not who we are. That's not what we came here for. That's not what we're about. Our job is to show people love. Our job is to be a beacon of love, a beacon of hope. I'll always love you. There's been a whole lot of women that done me wrong. It's a whole lot of women that's broke my heart. It's a whole lot of women that said some stupid ass shit to my kids, made up a bunch of bullshit, lies and all kind of other stupid ass shit. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Regardless of what they do. Man, if I've loved you once, I'll always love you. Love cannot be turned off. Love doesn't disappear. What happens is we become mad. We become bitter. We become angry. We become unforgiving. And so that suppresses the love. And all we feel now is the hatred, the animosity, the anger towards this person for the shit that they've done. For the shit they did. For how they hurt you. How they robbed you. How they betrayed you. But once you forgive them, and there's genuine forgiveness, the love flows. Because it's always been there. It's just been blocked. With all the hatred and all the low vibrating frequency. But once you release that frequency, once you release that energy, now the love can freely flow. And so you always love them. Once you get past your stupid shit. Once you get past your feelings. Once you get past the bitterness and the animosity and the hatred and all the other low vibrating bullshit. I'll always love you. I may not trust you, but I'll always love you. I may not always want you in my vicinity. I And some family members I don't want around. And then I don't want them around because I can't trust them. It doesn't mean I don't love them. It just means I can't trust you because you haven't changed. Your actions are still the same. It's not me holding on to the past. You're still the same way. You're still the same conniving, stealing, thieving, you know what I mean? Hoeing, whatever it is. You're still the same way. And so it's not me bringing up the past and talking about what you did to me. It's me acknowledging the fact that, man, you haven't grown up. It's me acknowledging the fact that understanding that, man, you're still on that same frequency. I choose not to be on that low vibrating frequency. Therefore, I can't entertain you. Therefore, I can't allow you in my circle. Not because I'm better than you. Not because you're beneath me. But because I love me. Because I love me. Here's the other trick to the song. I'll always love you. I'll always love you. At some point, I have to sing that song to myself. At some point, I have to be able to say to myself, man, I'll always love you. I don't give a damn what you go through. I don't give a damn how bad you fuck up. I don't give a damn how much you mess up. I don't give a damn what you got, what you ain't got. I'll always love you. I don't give a damn what everybody else think about you, Man, I'll always love you. I don't give a damn who walk in and out of your life. I'll always love you. And see, when you always love yourself, there's certain things you won't do. When you always love yourself, you establish healthy boundaries. When you always love yourself, you're not moved by the opinions of others. When you always love yourself, it don't matter what you got and what you ain't got. It don't matter who has more than you and what they have and what they don't have. Man, you love you. It's a trip because I see so many women, guys too, mostly women, very beautiful women. And they're single. They're single. And you think, man, and they're struggling with, how come I can't find a man? What's wrong with me that I can't find a man? And a lot of people are in this situation. You know what I mean? A lot of good looking people, a lot of people with money and wealth and whatever, good careers and blah, 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 houses and cars and all this other stupid shit, right? It's stupid to me because I'm not into all the material shit. I like nice shit, but that's not what defines me. You know what I mean? It's not the material stuff that defines me. You know what I mean? Whatever. So you have all these people with all this stuff, nice stuff, right? But that's what defines them. They think that's what's going to help them get a man. Oh, I got 6 figures and man, I make 7 figures. I have, my count is deep, and man, I live in such and such and such. And man, I drive this and and man, I wear these name brand clothes and We have all this stuff. And yet you ain't got no love. You have all this stuff. And nobody to love you. You have all this stuff. And you're hugging your pillows at night. Because nobody else wants to be there. Nobody else chooses to be there. And we sit back and we say, and a lot of these people, man, I want to be alone. I don't want nobody in my life. And we'll do it. And to each their own. You know what I mean? To each their own. Loneliness is it's a fucked up dynamic. You know what I mean? Loneliness is a fucked up thing. You know what I mean? Because loneliness, you stay lonely long enough. You'll convince yourself you like it. You stay lonely long enough. Your ego convince you that you're lonely out of choice. You stay lonely long enough. Your ego will convince you you don't need anybody else. Your ego will convince you you don't need any love. from anybody else. You don't need anybody else. Your ego will convince you they don't want you because they're jealous of you. These guys don't want you because they don't know how to deal with a high value woman. You can say what you want to say. It's your life. Do you, boo? You know what I mean? Do you? But if we're ever going to grow up, we got to start being honest with ourselves. We have to start being transparent with ourselves. We have to start being transparent. And we have to be honest enough to say, man, am I still mad at the last person? Am I still unforgiving because of what the last person did? Am I still not trusting? I'm not willing to go through this again because it broke my heart so bad. So I don't trust nobody. So I'm going to be alone. The last person stole so much from me. The last person that I gave my heart to, gave my all, man, they did me so bad. I'm never going through that again. And because I'm never going through that again, I'll never be in a relationship again. I'll push people away so that they don't get close enough to hurt me. I'll have sex with them, but I'll cut it off. I'll start ghosting them. I'll have sex with them. I'll go out on a date with them. But if I start to feel something, I'm cutting it off. I'm blocking their number. I'm blocking them on social media. I'll always love you. I'll always love you. I'll always love you. And see, when you always love you, you want the best for you. You want the best for you. And loneliness isn't the best for you. Resolving your issues is the best for you. What makes you happy, what brings you joy and peace is the best for you. So many of us have never experienced the best for us emotionally. We drink ourselves to sleep. We're popping depression pills, anxiety pills, and all these other different types of pills to go to sleep. That's not the best for you. That's proof to you that something's wrong in your life. That's proof to you that something is out of alignment in your life. Something's not right. Something needs to be addressed. Something needs to be corrected. Going back to this movie. Whitney never knew that her sister was the enemy. She's thinking the enemy is somebody else. She's thinking the enemy is this guy with this gun who's trying to kill me. If we could just get this guy, we fix the problem. If we could just stop this guy from killing me, we fix the problem. But this guy wasn't the problem. If we could keep this guy out of my house, out of my mansion, that'll solve the problem. But the guy wasn't the problem. The problem was in the mansion with her. The problem was the people she had around her. The problem was that she had a sister that was jealous. The problem is she had a sister that hated her, that wanted her dead. That was the problem, but she couldn't see that. And so many of us, we think something else is the problem. So many of us, we think that these other people are the problem. If I could just get out of this toxic ass relationship, if I could just get away from your narcissistic ass, if I could just get away from your greedy, ungrateful ass, if I could just get away from your beating ass, because you're constantly putting hands on me, you're constantly putting me down, and whoop, if I could just get away from you, that'll fix the problem. That'll make life so much better. If I could just get away from this crazy ass fucking job. And our kids grow up thinking, man, if I could just get out of this fucking house, if I could just get my own place. Because a lot of our kids think we as parents are the problem. And if they could just get on their own, they can't wait till they're grown and get their own place and whoop-de-woo, man, life would be so much easier. And some of them have been convinced that we're the problems. Some of them, our kids, have been convinced if they could just get away from us, life would be better for them. Some of you have been have had people talk you out of relationships that you should not have left. Some of you have had people in your lives that were so jealous of you, so jealous of the relationship that you had. They were constantly dropping little seeds of distrust, of discord. They were constantly telling you stupid shit about this other person that you were with. Tearing this other person down. Why? Because they were jealous. They were jealous. It's a trip because my oldest sister, there's this young lady named Angel, and she was my older sister's friend. But she was my age. Angel liked me and I liked Angel. But my older sister was jealous of the fact that Angel would come spend some time with me. That Angel would spend all her free time with me. My own sister. My flesh and blood sister. We're in high school. And she's jealous that this young lady is calling and talking to me. She's jealous that this young lady's cutting school, because that's what we did back then. We cut school and we hung out with each other and just do what we do. She's jealous this young lady cut school. Come hang out with me. After all, who the fuck am I? You know what I mean? Who the fuck am I? I ain't nobody. To my sister. Why the fuck would Angel want to talk to you? Why the fuck would she cut school and travel all the way across town to come see you? Jealousy. Jealousy. Her own issues. And you guys heard me say this before. Don't allow other people's issue to become your issue. Say it again. Don't allow other people's issues to become your issue. And that's what we do so many times. Because these people, because my sister was so shysty. Because my family was always telling me that I had the devil in me. Because my family was always telling me that I wouldn't amount to shit. I'll spend the rest of my life in prison if I was lucky, or I'll be dead before I was 18. This is my own fucking family telling me this shit. And so what happens is my family got fucking issues. They fucked up. And I take their issues as my issue. What's wrong with me? How come my own fucking family can't accept me? How come my own fucking family don't love me? How come my own fucking dad don't like me? Because I didn't love me. I didn't love me. And because I didn't love me, I allowed other people's issues to become my issue. Because I hated me, I was sleeping with all these different people. Because I hated me, learned behavior. I learned to hate me by watching my sister fuck up my relationship with Angel. I learned to hate me by watching how my dad treated me. Because I grew up left-handed like my mom. And I was a mama's boy. I learned to hate me by watching my aunts and my other family members constantly tear me down and tell me that I wasn't shit. Learned behavior. And so I learned to hate me. And so I put myself in compromising situations. Because I hated me, I did crazy shit. Because I hated me, I slept with every woman I could. Because I hated me, I had no fucking boundaries. Because I hated me, I stayed getting drunk to the point of passing the fuck out. I hated me. I hated me because it was learned behaviors. Going back to the song. I'll always love you. Me hating me wasn't real. Me tearing down myself wasn't real. Stay with me. What I mean wasn't real. That wasn't really my nature. That was me at war with myself. Because I didn't know myself. And so I'm thinking I'm the enemy. It's like in the movie, Whitney Houston thinking this guy who's trying to kill her. She's thinking he's the enemy. He's the bad guy. He wouldn't have been there if it hadn't been for his sister, her sister. He wouldn't have came after Whitney Houston if her sister wouldn't have set it up. So Whitney's looking at this guy as the enemy, as the bad guy, not knowing she's right next to the bad guy. She's hiding with the bad guy. She loves the bad guy. It's me. I had to learn. Man, Elijah. Everything they said about you, everything they did about you, or everything they did to you, Everything they did to sabotage you. Oh man, I got fucked up family. You know what I mean? Fucked up. I got family members still on that bullshit. We 50-something years old and they still on that same toxic bullshit. They ain't grown a fucking lick. To each their own. You know what I mean? To each their own. But I had to learn, man, Elijah, that's they shit. That ain't got nothing to do with you. You thought that had everything to do with you. You thought that was all about you. It had nothing to do with you at all. That was their bullshit. That is their bullshit. And all these years later, they're still carrying that same bullshit. They still haven't grown any. They're still on that same fucking level. Why are you personalizing it? Why are you taking that on as your identity? Why do you think that's who you are? So then part of me switched. I started loving me and started hating them. And as I grew, I had to come to the understanding, man, you can't hate them. You can't hate them. You can't love you and hate them. See, here's the trick. In the beginning, I loved the fuck out of them and hated me because I was no good. According to them, learned behavior. So I hated me and I loved them. Then I grew and I learned to love me. And all I did was flip the script. I loved me and then started hating them. And then as I grew some more, I had to come to understand, man, hold up, wait a minute. I can't love me and hate them. I hate them because I haven't forgiven them. I hate them because I low-key still have some animosity towards them. And when I begin to love them, I forgave them. I love them. I understand that their issues are their issues. And it has nothing to do with me. Just like my issues are my issues. And they have nothing to do with them. We all came here for a purpose. We all came here for a reason. I have no control over whether or not they grow the fuck up and deal with their fucking issues. That's not my responsibility. My responsibility is to deal with my fucking shit and grow the fuck up. Your responsibility is not to be caught up in tripping on everybody else's fucking issues. Deal with your fucking shit. Grow the fuck up. My hope and prayer is that we're able to say and mean it with every fiber of our being, I'll always love you. Say it to ourselves. And say it to all those who've hurt us. All of those who've betrayed us. All of those who've caused us so much pain and suffering. I'll always love you. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.